All right, what's up, everybody? Going a little early tonight. Going about 10 minutes early so I can get out 10 minutes early. Good to have everybody in here. Sunday Social. What's going on? Good to see everybody. Hope everybody's having a great day, having a good Sunday, whether you're spending it with family or friends or whatever you might have been doing. Hopefully it's been good. Watching football, going to church, watching streams. I know a lot of people were live at Epcot tonight because it was, what was I going to say? Beach Boys. Beach Boys were live tonight at Epcot. So, good to have everybody here. It's the Sunday Social. We're going to talk about Test Track. I've got 2 or 3 news items I want to touch on real fast as well. And we're going to get it all done. Thanks to everybody. Let's do a little bit of mouse keeping real fast. First off, thank you to everybody who came out again to our first annual meetup last Saturday. It was amazing. It was fantastic. We actually have, what was I going to say? I'll make sure everything looks good. Yep, looks good. Okay. We actually have a video out there now of everybody that came out to the meetup and the kind of all the interaction that we had that day. It was really it was a blast. We had a really good time. So if you guys haven't gotten a chance, go out and check out the video. And if you could, give it a like. Definitely helps if you get likes. But so yeah, that meetup is done. It's in the books. That was our first annual meetup. The next one is right there. There it is, February 7th, 10 a.m. Same exact place as the last one. It's going to be at House of Blues, right over by House of Blues and Cirque du Soleil. And we're going to be doing it at 10 a.m. that day. On February 7th, that's also a Saturday as well. So if you guys think you might be able to make it, please send us an email, which people have been doing, to askmousetalk@gmail.com. February 7th, 2026, 10 a.m., Disney Springs over by House of Blues is the next meetup. I know there's a lot of folks. Kimberly Hazard's in the chat. She's going. Joe Chamberlain and his wife are going. I think Mark F. and his wife are going to go, and a few other people are definitely going as well. Charlie and Stacy will be there again. It's going to be a blast, so I hope you guys can all make it for that. It's going to be so much fun. Will, I did get your email. Going to do my best to get you out a button. I'm going to try and get you out a ornament. Here's the ornaments that we gave to all those who came to the meetup. Mouse Talk Meetup 2025. We'll have something different for the meetup in 2026 in February. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, so if you get a chance, go check out that video. It's got like 75 likes already, which is good for us. You know, we never usually get 100 likes on any of our videos. So if we do on that one, that would be amazing. But again, thank you to everybody that came out. Mark Langenkamp was there. He brought something. Chris Disney Baker was there. He gave me something as well. It was just very, very nice time. All right, let's say hi to everybody in the chat, and then we're going to get started on Test Track tonight. I want to talk a little bit about that, so let's get right into it. 29 likes already. Thank you, gang. Puddin's here. Jeannie's here. Tara Enders. Kimberly Hazard. Joanne Puzzles. Joe Nguyen. Will Lovins. Dan A20 Chief. Joseph Dion. Douglas Bailey and Stacy Bailey are here. Mandy Adams is in the... Can you choose the color of the car? We're going to get into all that, Mandy. Thanks, Jeannie. Appreciate it. Yes, Melissa made cookies as well for everybody, which I'm glad everybody really liked. She's very good at that stuff. So that was nice. There's Tina. What's up, Tina? Team Marie's Place. Welcome in. Tina, always great to see you, dear. Andy Cash, welcome in as well. Melissa is out of town at the moment. It's just me here all alone with the dog for the next week, which is kind of a bummer. Sorry to miss the meetup. Maybe February. Yeah, Andy, that'd be great. Just send us something if you're going to make it. That would be awesome. And, yeah, so Melissa's up in Maryland for work. She stays with our son while she's up there for the week. I'm down here with the dog. But that's okay. We'll be fine. We'll make it work. Noah, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. But, yeah, good to have everybody in here. Again, a lot of people are live tonight. A lot of people are doing either Magic Kingdom or a lot of people are over at Epcot for the Beach Boys. So totally get it if we have a smaller crowd tonight. No big deal. We're just here to have fun and talk about Test Track. So let's kind of get into it. Okay, again, we're going to talk a little bit about Test Track. Let me download this so I have this in here. There it is. This is Test Track. So let's talk Test Track, right? Of course, Test Track again has been updated to a brand new ride. There's Will Lovins. Robert Graves, welcome in. Jedi Master Joe, welcome in. Hey, everyone. Hope you're all having a good night. May the Force be with you. Same to you, buddy. Good to see you. Let's get right into it. So we're going to talk about, of course, Mike Lapine, welcome in. What do we always talk about first? We always talk about the queue. So let's talk about the ride queue for Test Track, right? Because, again, this ride has once again been reimagined. So I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about the queue? I'm getting the poll up now. And you'll see the queue right there. Is it a good queue? Is it a bad queue? Okay, great. What do you think about the queue? Have at it. Everybody start voting if you could. I want to see what everybody else has to say as to their opinion on the queue, the new queue for this ride. For me, I'll be honest with you. I put good for this queue, but I think it's borderline okay. I don't think it's anything great. It goes with the theming of the ride a little bit, and it's got some stuff to look at. I was never a big fan of the make your own car because I didn't think it did anything for the ride anyway. So that's all gone now. Other aspects of it are cool. But overall, it's a good queue. It's not a great queue. And it's not a bad queue. But I think it's a little bit better than okay. There's Melissa in the video. But I don't know about you guys. I want to hear what everybody else thinks in the chat. Kimberly said, I haven't been on the new ride, so I will just have to observe tonight. Oh, you can always vote, Kimberly. Again, you can kind of watch it here if you want. Haven't had a chance to ride the new version. Haven't seen the new one. The original one was the best. The original with the crash test dummies was kind of neat, Andy. I would agree with that. So 57% agree with me. You're all saying it was kind of good. Not great, but good, but also not bad. And that's kind of where I am. You know, there are new aspects to this ride, as you'll see, and we're going to get into the ride part of it in a second here. Vet Sergeant, welcome in. Missed the original one. Yeah, the original queue was pretty neat. I remember that. I was never a fan of the second queue where you make your own car and all that, because it really did nothing for it. It really didn't. Diana, welcome in. I really can't vote since I haven't experienced the new version. Well, vote on the old version then. That's fine too. Haven't seen the updated version of Test Track yet. Wow, a lot of folks haven't seen it yet. I'm surprised. All right, so 57% agree with me on the queue. Let's talk a little bit about the ride itself. And again, a lot of you guys can't really say, but you know what? You can go off what you've seen. You can go off, if you want to go off the old ride, that's fine too. For me, you know, there are aspects, as you can see in this thing. I think the ride is still, I don't even know how to word this correctly. It's good. It's not great. There are aspects of it, like this part coming up right here, the ending, just before you go outside. That part is really cool. That part's really cool. The outside part where you do all the speeding, it's the exact same thing we've seen over and over again, time and time again. Never changed. But the part just before you go outside, that I liked a lot. I thought that was neat. What's up, Tina? Welcome in. Hope you and Chuck are doing well. I was going to, but never made it. Oh, I'm sorry, Tina. Again, is this ride great? No, I don't think the ride's great. I think the ride's good. I think it's something that a lot of people like, and they ride it a lot. I can't put this in the great category. I just can't. And I don't know about you guys, but let me know in the chat. What do you think about this ride? 57% again are with me. 22 people voted so far. They're saying it's good. Will says one problem with the make your own car piece was that it didn't work consistently. You would make a car, but on the ride, either no stats would show up or someone else's car would. Yeah, I agree. Well, that was part of the issue I had with it. I never thought it was. Every time I would do a car, I'm like, it's not going to show my stats anyway. It never, you're right. It either I would see somebody else's, either the people before us or the people after us would see theirs. And I'm like, that's not even my car. Or the stats didn't look right. I would agree. I wasn't a big fan of the second one. The first one with the crash test dummies and all that was kind of neat. Made sense. It was like a like just that. It was a testing area for vehicles. That I loved. I thought that was so smart. And then they, for some reason, changed it. Joe Chamberlain, welcome in. See you, Tiger. Steve and Suzanne, welcome in. Nice. Robert's going to get a chance to ride it in December. It is a great ride for single rider. I would agree with you there, Diana, for sure. It's not... Again, we're going to get into all the other scores here in a second. I think this ride is a good ride. I don't think it's a great ride, but it's good bordering on okay. It's not good bordering on great for me. But there are a lot of people that love this ride. And 17% of you put great, and that's pretty cool. Jonathan Chong, welcome in, bud. Kids today have no idea what crash test dummies are. No, they don't. Yeah, Christina G, welcome in. I hope to ride it next month. Good. I hope you all get the chance. So I think the majority of you are in the same boat with me. You think it's okay. It's good. It's not great. It's, you know, we'll talk a little bit about the next part. You know, is the juice worth the squeeze? How long are you going to wait for this ride? Right? So you're there on your trip. I'm going to put it in right now. Is the juice worth the squeeze? How long are you going to wait to ride this ride? 10 to 20? 20 to 30? 30 to 40? Or 40 or more? And there are plenty of people out there. And remember, I always look at it like this, and this is just my opinion. When I look at this, I say to myself, okay, I'm down on my trip, right? It's my only trip. I'm not a local. I got to look at it like that. Steve Studios, welcome in, bud. Good. I'm glad you wrote it, bud. That's how I have to look at this. If I'm coming down on my one trip for the year and I'm not going to be back for a year or longer, how long am I willing to wait? How long are you guys willing to wait? For me, I'm not the biggest fan of this ride. I'm going to be objective when I say that when I say it's a good queue and it's a good ride. It is. I just don't think it's anything that I'm not going to spend that kind of time. Again, I'll do longer if I'm with people that have never ridden it or if the kids really want to ride it and they're willing to wait, right? Okay, different story. I'll wait. But if it's just us, I'm not waiting. I'm just not. I don't find that ride that compelling to me. Single rider all day, says Park Rose Lawrence. I would agree with you 100%. The worst is if you go outside on the loop and it's raining, it's painful. Yeah, no, Joe, it's true. I've done it. I've had it. I've had it happen. I've done that. I've had it happen on that and Everest. I remember one time I was on Everest with Mason. When Mason was younger, he was about 14, 15. And it was really, really dark outside. And we were inside Everest. You know, we did the backwards part and we were waiting to go. And as we went down the part to go out, as we went outside, it was pouring down rain and we had rain hitting us in the face. It was painful. Diana says it right there. It's an attraction where if I don't ride it, it's no big deal. Fast Pass Plus was recommended for test track. Says Noah. What's up, Mark? Welcome in. It's a must ride every trip for my family. There you go. See, that's what I'm looking for. I like to see the different perspectives because, you know, the old saying, one man's trash is another man's treasure. It's the truth in a lot of things. You know, Steve from Steve's World, he's not a fan of Guardians of the Galaxy, if you can believe it. Whereas I think Guardians of the Galaxy is probably the best ride in Walt Disney World. He doesn't think it's even in his top 10, oddly enough. So everybody's different. And that's why I like to have these programs, because you see different perspectives from people. Kim says, I'll wait 20 to 30 when I'm down in January, since it will be my first experience with the new ride. That I get too. That I understand too. If I had never ridden this before, if I've never ridden it before and it's a semi-thrill attraction like this, I'll even probably wait 30 to 40. So I'm with you there. What's up, Heather? Welcome in. Hi, Gregory. How are you, buddy? Bruce Soyuka, welcome in. Jeff Condon, welcome in. Steve says, I enjoyed the car show after the ride to sit it and see new... Yeah, no, and Steve, that's still there. That part of it is still there. Vicky Pauly, welcome in. When you come out of that ride at the end of even this new 3.0, That part, the vehicles are still there. So that hasn't left. But anyway, for me, I don't know, maybe 20 to 30. Maybe 20 to 30. But it's not something that we're probably going to wait that long on. And the majority of you are saying 20 to 30 as well. Jason Thibodeau, welcome in. All right, so there we go. So we talked about the queue, which I think the majority of us said it was good. We talked about the ride. The majority of us said it was good. The majority of us said 20 to 30 minutes is how long we'd wait. Now let's talk a little bit about the merchandise, because oddly enough, they do have merchandise for this ride. Right? As you come out, once you get past the cars, they actually do have some merchandise. So what do you guys think about the merchandise? Let's talk merchandise for a minute. What's up, Mark? Mark Lang can't welcome in. He says, I haven't ridden version 3 yet. It's the only ride I remember riding with my dad. I hope it never goes away during my lifetime, but I don't always ride it. That makes sense, Mark. You have a connection there with that. That makes sense. Oh, they also removed the make your own custom car. Yes, they did get rid of that, Will. Yes, that part's gone. No, never got to ride World of Motion. Nope, never saw it. Never got to do it. Steve says, I think I would wait 20 to 30 for all rides at Disneyland or Disney World. No longer than that. That makes sense. Gotcha. So what do you guys think about the merchandise? I'll tell you what I think about the merchandise. I think the merchandise is okay. They have some merchandise, but none of it, for me at least, is compelling. There's not a lot of it in there. A lot of it is GM stuff. Very little of it is, what I would find to be appealing. But that could be different for others. Yes, I agree, Steve. A lot of people were talking about that. Yeah, it does, Joe. And that's why, to me, it's okay. Because they do have merchandise. So they've put some thought into it, but I don't think it's very good. That's why I can't give it a good. I got to give it an okay, because the attempt, as bad as it might be, is there. They are trying to sell it. It's one of those areas where, like, some of these other rides that probably should have merchandise don't have it. This is one of those rides, in my opinion, that probably doesn't need merchandise. Back in the old days when you used to have the crash test dummies and all that, there's a lot of different ingenious ways you can come up with a way to do merchandise with that. So it is what it is. Can you buy a new vet there? I don't know. I don't think so. I just thought those cars, I'm assuming those cars are just there for aesthetic. Kim Daniels, welcome in. Just coming home from church. Oh, I hope it was a good sermon. You can buy a new vet there. You can, or you asking me? I didn't know you. I just assumed they were just there for show. Never even thought about it. All right, so let me see what everybody says. So everybody says, again, everybody, I think we're all on the same page tonight, that the merchandise is meh, right? It's okay. It's not anything that you're going to run out and say, oh my God, I've got to get the new Test Track shirt. It's not going to happen. You can really buy a car there? Nah. Is that real? I didn't even know that. I just assumed they were there for aesthetic purposes. Learn something new every day. I didn't know that. What's up, Dave? Who dat, Dave? Welcome in. Speaking of merchandise, do you think they eliminated the Tron merchandise completely from the Space Mountain gift shop? No, Dave, because we were in there just the other day. It's not completely gone, but a lot of it is. The majority of that store is no longer Tron. I'd say 20% of that store, if that, it might not even be that. It might be 15 to 20% is now Tron. There's very little Tron left in that store. I'm guessing that you can, since GM people were there. Okay, I didn't know that. I just never paid attention to it. First off, Melissa will never buy an American car. GM, Chevy, Ford, she's not buying them. She doesn't like them. She doesn't think they're good cars. I think the trucks are good. I think Chevy truck or Ford truck are good. I don't know that I would buy a Ford car or a Chevy car. Jeff says, I complain about the price of a churro. Probably not buying a vet. Yeah, I would agree. I don't like Corvettes anyway. I didn't know that. I did not know that was a legitimate place where you could go over there, talk to somebody, and buy the car. Steve, I seriously doubt they're going to give you 20% off a $50,000 Corvette. What would that be, $10,000 off? Yeah, they're probably not going to give you $10,000 off a $50,000 vet. All right, so this is the one. All right, so we talked merchandise. We talked about the ride. We talked about the queue. We talked about, is the juice worth the squeeze? How long we were waiting? Timothy, welcome in. Did you watch Score Jason? Do you know if he has a party date at Magic? I know who Jason is, Timothy. I can't answer the rest of your questions. I don't know, buddy. John Serpum, welcome in. Ford Escape, had him for almost 20 years. We like him. See, there you go. All right, let's talk about the big one. The importance of this ride to Epcot. What's the importance, right? Let's talk right now. So let's say Disney comes out tomorrow and says, Test Track's going away forever. How are you going to feel about it? A, I'm not going to miss it. B, I'm going to be a little sad, but I'm sure whatever replaces it's going to be better. C, I'm upset, but eventually I'll get over it. Or is it D, I'm chaining myself to that ride. You are not getting rid of Test Track. How does everybody grade this? John Curry, welcome in. Chris Nedlin, welcome in. How do you guys feel about that part of it? The importance of this ride to Epcot. Now, as usual, it's just going to be A, B, C, or D. And really look at the options now. A, nope, I'm not going to miss it. B, I'm going to be a little sad, but whatever replaces it, I'm sure will be better. C, I'm upset, but I'll get over it in time. Or D, nope, you're not getting rid of this ride. Test Track's not going anywhere because I'm chaining myself to the ride. How do you guys feel about this? Here's my answer. Where'd it go? My answer is A. I won't miss this ride. If Disney were to tell me tomorrow that Test Track's going away, I wouldn't lose a moment's sleep. Isn't that terrible? But it's true. What is now AutoNation Chevrolet on Florida 50 used to be one of the dealerships they'd send you to. Huh, didn't know that, Bruce. If it is the thrill ride of Epcot, at least until Guardians open. Can't leave the park. There you go. Mark said it. There you go. I'll never assume whatever Disney comes up with will be better. Have you ridden Figment? Yeah, it's true. A little sad. The crash test version was fun. But since then, Gregory yells, I'm chaining myself to the ride. All right, Gregory. See? That's what I like to see. For me personally, nah, I wouldn't miss this. Not at all. Not at all. I just wouldn't. Even if, I'll even go as far as to say, if Guardians wasn't there, I still wouldn't miss this ride. I still wouldn't miss it. Now, Mark, Walt, it is so important to so many people, fastest ride on property. But that being said, Mark, before you had Test Track at Epcot, what was the thrill ride at Epcot? I'll wait. You didn't have one. And Epcot was just fine without it. Right? Was World of Motion or Horizons, were they thrill rides? Maybe they were. I didn't ride them, so I don't know. That's why I'm asking. But Epcot was just fine for decades without a thrill ride before they got Test Track. It didn't have to have it. And this ride to me is just not, it's not that good. It's just not. Again, just my opinion. Parts of I-4 are fair. Steve says, why didn't they turn it into a Cars IP ride instead of getting rid of the Rivers of America? I don't know, Steve. Can't answer that. For me, I don't know. I'm not going to, for me, I can't, Cars needs an outdoor dirt looking. It does. I'm fine with that too, Mark. Just for me, Epcot, where they had years and years without an actual thrill ride in there. They didn't have one. It didn't have one at all. And the park was just fine without it, right? So that's why for me, it doesn't necessarily have to have it for that park to survive. If a Test Track went away tomorrow, I don't think that park is gonna fold. I don't think it would. But none of the parks are going to fold, no matter what ride they lose. But I don't think, for the most part, people are going to get that upset. But I could be wrong. So the majority of you said B. You'd be a little sad, but whatever replaces it is going to be better. I just wouldn't miss it. Again, and that's just my humble opinion, which means nothing. Mark says that makes too much sense. That's basically what Disneyland has. You would have loved World of Motion. I have not seen video of it. I'm sure I would have loved Horizons or World of Motion. Michael Winter, welcome in, bud. Radiator Springs Racers is so much better than Test Track, but Cars doesn't belong in Future World. Exactly. That's the other thing. I don't know that it fits, right? Does Cars really fit? But then again, Tiana's doesn't fit at Frontierland. Look what they did with that. Doesn't seem symmetry or syncing things doesn't seem to be a number one priority anymore with Disney. So, we talk about it every single time. I don't even know what the identity of Hollywood Studios is anymore. It's not a studio. So I have no idea. The virtual roller coaster was cool, but the simulator was at the game place in downtown Disney. There you go. Cars Land belongs in Hollywood Studios. I agree. I think it does too. I don't think... Well, it's not Cars Land. It's just a Cars ride that they're putting in Magic Kingdom. It's not technically a land. It's just a ride that they're using that space for. Zan Lax, welcome in. Spaceship Earth is about the only learning ride left at Epcot. Yeah, it kind of is. What else is there, right? I guess Living with the Land, you learn on Living with the Land, because they do give you a lot of information on the plants and the fish and the different things they're growing. So you're learning on Living with the Land as well. So there you have it. I think for the most part, all of us agree in majority that, hey, Epcot, good ride, not great, fun for sure, not very good merchandise. Not going to wait a heck of a long time, and if it went away tomorrow, wouldn't be too upset. I think we're all on the same page. Yeah. I agree, Mark. I agree. I would say that Living with the Land is the other one where you can learn, for sure. Remember when they had a lane fire prevention building of some sort? No, I don't remember. All right, okay, so there you go. Test Tracks in the book. I think for the most part, we're all on the same page there. Ooh, oh, I missed. I'll pick it up now. Let me pick it up now. Because if I don't pick it up now, I'm going to forget later. And then I'm going to have trash on the ground. All right, let's pick for next week. Next week. Are we going to be live next week? All right, well, I'm going to pick one anyway for contingent on next Sunday that we're live for... the Sunday social, because I got to be honest with you, as we get closer and closer to the holidays, Sundays are going to be spent more at parks than they are at home. Because this year we have a lot of somebody came in. What up, G? Welcome in. We want to be at the parks for a lot of Epcot and Magic Kingdom in the evenings and stuff like that. So we're going to be spending a lot of time in the evenings over at Epcot, over at Walt Disney World at night. So we might have a little bit of a hiatus. I don't know for sure. Just look for the thumbnails for the next couple weeks. There could be some hiatus on this. But just let's see what we get. Here they are. Next week, if we have a show, we're going to be talking... we're going back to Magic Kingdom. There's not much of a show on this one. Dumbo. We're going to be talking Dumbo next week. We're going to talk about the queue. We're going to talk about the ride. The importance. Actually, I'm kind of interested on see how everybody answers that one. The importance of that at Magic Kingdom. We'll talk about the merchandise or lack thereof. How long are you going to wait? We got a lot. Kelsey Hanley, welcome. We got a lot to talk about for sure when it comes to Dumbo. And the importance of the ride, I'm actually interested to see how people answer that. Take a step back and really think about the importance of that ride in that park. I'll be interested to see how everybody answers next week. All right, guys, I do have a few news stories I want to go over with you guys real fast. Joe, actually, it's funny you say that. I don't want to spoil next week, but I don't mind that ride. I really don't. I don't mind it. All right, let's go. First news story I want to talk to you guys about. Tina, I don't know if you're still in here, Tina. I hope you're still here. Coral Reef drops their lunch service at Epcot beginning in January 2026. I found this to be an interesting news story, and I don't want to read into it too much, but I am gonna speculate a little bit. Coral Reef is shifting its operating schedule next year, with lunch service ending after January 3rd, 2026. So beginning January 4th, the Epcot restaurant will operate from 4 to 9 daily. This change leaves Coral Reef as a dinner-only option, and it's unclear if the reduced hours are temporary or the start of a new long-term schedule. Coral Reef is known for its Florida coastal cuisine. The menu features items like coconut shrimp, grilled snapper, seafood boils, grilled shrimp, and desserts such as the Key West sunset and pineapple coconut bread pudding. There you go. So it's all there. What sets Coral Reef apart is the dining room itself. Panoramic views of the aquariums look directly into the massive ocean environment at the Seas with Nemo and Friends. Tank is one of the largest man-made saltwater habitats in the world and supports around 2,000 sea creatures across more than 60 species. Okay, so I think there's a point to be made here. Why are they now doing this? Sorry, Melissa just texted me. Why? Why do this, right? Why? Why do this? Why are they reducing to just 5 hours open, period, for this restaurant? Is it A, the restaurant's not doing well and they feel like there's no reason to stay open if the demand isn't there? Or is it, like they said, B, are they dwindling down those options to the point where they're going to ultimately close and either close forever or retheme it? All right, it doesn't look like Tina's still here. I was wondering how Tina was about this. Mark says, wondering why a table service restaurant could not support a lunch service profitability. Exactly, Mark. That's what I'm saying. Look, Melissa and I have gone. We went once. It was fine. We didn't love it. I know Tina loves it. T. Marie's place. Tina. She loves Coral Reef. It's like her favorite restaurant. That's why I was hoping she might still be here. But yeah, something's going on to the point where you're only doing dinner from 4 to 9? 5 hours? That's it? Is it even worth it? Or can you even make profitability for just 5 hours of a window each day of dinner? So I think something's going to be coming. I think there's going to be more to this than meets the eye. Joe says, did they really have that much attendance there? I don't know, Joe. I just know that something's going on, if they're going to be making these kinds of changes. I mean, you're getting rid of the entire lunch menu. So now you're only open for 5 hours, period, all day, 5 hours. What's the point? Because of certain changes that have happened in the United States. What am I missing? Dave, without getting too political, I guess, I don't know, I must have missed something. Never been there. Nothing like looking in live fish eyes while you eat their cousins. That's true, Zalak. Character lunch forthcoming, maybe. Increase the price, $20 per person for that. I don't know. Bob Chapeko, welcome in. Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was an interesting news story, and I was like, I'm going to share it, and I want to see what everybody's got to say about it. But I guess more will come in the months ahead because they cannot access cheap labor. Fair enough. Okay. Yeah, but what labor are they actually trying to access? Like the chefs? Are you talking about the chefs? Or the waitresses? Or like for like dishwashers? Or busboys? Shane Rice has been there one time. Anyway, I'll be interested to see how they're going to do this. And how this develops over time. Next news story. If it comes up. Hooray! This is good news. The Epcot's Christmas tree arrives as the holiday decor begins around World Showcase. I've said it 1,000 times. I'll say it 1,000 more. I have no clue why they can't start Festival of the Holidays the first weekend in November. Why do we have to wait till after Thanksgiving? It makes completely no sense to me why we can't incorporate the holidays with Thanksgiving during that time. Why? It just makes no sense to me. Oh, what do I know? Jack, Matt, Sandy Claus, Logan, welcome in. The Christmas tree is now installed at Epcot as the holiday elements begin to appear across the park. Holiday decor is also being added in areas of World Showcase. Garland ornaments and early decorative pieces are already visible, though the full display is not yet complete. Additional touches typically roll out closer to the start of the Festival of the Holidays on November 28th. With Epcot's tree now in place, all 4 Walt Disney World theme parks have their Christmas trees installed for the season. And there it is in all its glory, folks. I love it. I understand that you don't want Thanksgiving and Christmas to kind of run into each other and everybody forget about Thanksgiving, but I don't know. I just feel like they could. Yeah, 90 days for exactly, Joe. It's the God's honest truth. 90 days for Halloween, and yet we don't even get. Do we even get? I guess we get 30 days, and we get 30 days for Christmas. It's ridiculous. Michael Winter says if Magic Kingdom can start Halloween in August, why can't Epcot start Festival of the Holidays the first week of November? I'm with you. Yeah, I just think it just doesn't make any sense to me. Just shorten food and wine by a couple weeks. Big deal, right? What's the big deal? Food and wine starts in August. So it's all of August, it's all of September, and it's all of October. It's 90 days of that festival. We can't have 60 days of... It doesn't even have to be the first weekend of November. Give me the second weekend. I'll be flexible with you. I'll compromise, right? Like this weekend, the weekend right now. Why couldn't it have started this weekend? I don't know. Just my opinion. If all 4 parks were themed on November 1st, too many guests would stop around Christmas time and would instead go to the last week of October to be the first week of November to see both holidays. I don't know, Will. I don't think it matters. People are going to be there on Christmas. Remember, for all those folks that get in on Christmas, there's probably a million more that couldn't get in on Christmas. That if those folks don't go, there's somebody there to replace them. I understand where your head's at, but I don't necessarily think it would matter. Disney, that week of Christmas is going to sell out no matter what. Because for everyone that gets in, there's somebody else that didn't get in that wanted to get in. So with your theory, if those folks went early and it opened up later because they're now not going, other people would take their spots. I really believe that. I really do. I don't think it would matter. Yeah, Thanksgiving is a holiday. I agree. Well, talk about short festivals. Why is Festival of the Arts like 4 weeks, not 8 or 10? I agree, Mark. I agree with you there too. But I don't know if that has something to do with the artists not wanting it to be that long. I would agree with you. I'm totally for Festival of the Arts being 6, 8, maybe even 10 weeks long. I have no problem with that. Why do you think Halloween is promoted longer than Christmas? Because you've just got a bigger window. After the 4th of July, basically there's nothing from 4th of July to October. So Disney can start a lot earlier. There's nothing in the way. With Christmas, you can't start Christmas until November 1st at the earliest because of Halloween, right? You can't have the two of them overlap. So at the most you could do for Christmas is 60 days, unless you go past Christmas. But you don't want to go, none of the holidays celebrate after the holiday. Even Halloween, when Halloween is over, the holiday's done. Disney's done, Universal's done, they're all done for the most part. So that's why. We all know Disney is very data heavy, so it has to be the money. I guess. More money in Halloween because they have more opportunity. But the other thing I'll say to folks is take a step back. Disney, how does Disney make up for that money? Because remember, with Halloween, they have 90 days worth of opportunities to have a Halloween party. That's why they have Halloween parties 3 nights a week, because they have 3 months worth to fill. Christmas only has 7 weeks, because that last week of December, they don't have any parties. Remember, from the 21st to the 31st, there is no Christmas party. So the Christmas party stops on what? December 20th. So you have those 20 days there, and maybe those last 3 weeks in November. So you really only have about 6 weeks of a party for Christmas. That's why the prices are more for the Christmas party, and that's why you now have Jollywood nights. Disney wants to make up the money that they would normally make for Halloween. Did that make sense, gang? I was kind of discombobulated. What's up, Felix Gomez? Welcome in. I just wanted to say hi. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you, Felix. Thank you very much. Guys, 77 likes. That's amazing. Festival of the Holidays can absolutely incorporate all three, Tina. I agree, 100%. Disney just lost millions in their dispute with YouTube TV. They did. They did lose. They lost a lot of money there. So anyway, Christmas trees up. I think that's awesome. There's that one. There's that one. Okay, last news story before we get out of here. So this I thought was interesting. They had a little bit of an update on the Candlelight Processional. Jennifer Garner dropped out. She's being replaced by Susan Egan. Susan Egan, for those who don't know, is the voice of Meg in the original Hercules animated feature. So Disney has made a revision to the 2025 Candlelight Processional lineup at Epcot. Susan Egan, known to Disney fans as the original... Susan Egan is the Belle on Broadway, but Meg in Hercules. She's now going to be narrating December 3rd and 4th. Jennifer Garner is no longer taking part this year. And of course, the Candlelight Processionals are 5, 6:45, and 8:15, starting November 28th through December 30th. And here's the updated Candlelight Processional celebrity narrator list. I can tell you guys right now, we have Ralph Macchio, December 7th and 8th. I think we're going December 7th. We're going to be going to go see Ralph Macchio. We also have Henry Winkler. Woohoo! December 14th. We're going to Henry Winkler. And we also have Brendan Fraser. I think December 20th. We're going to Brendan. I think it's December 20th. We're going to see Brendan Fraser. So we have 3 of them on this list. We have the Karate Kid. We have the Fonz. And we have Rick O'Connell. We also will probably be there for other ones. We just won't be there for the dining packages. These are the ones we have the dining for. It might be a movie conflict, Jeannie. I don't know. Yes, I got to be honest with you, Joe. I'm stoked to see Henry Winkler. I love Henry Winkler. I just do. I think he's absolutely fantastic. Are you going to see Gary Sinise Puddin'? We've seen him before. He's awesome. Yeah, no John Stamos this year. No Neil Patrick Harris this year. No more Whoopi Goldberg. Thank God. I'm sorry. This year. A lot of the regular ones are not. Stephen Curtis Chapman usually does it. He's not going to be there this year. Yeah, lots of new ones. I'm stoked. I'm really stoked. I can't wait. We're probably, even though it's Constance Wu, who I have no clue who that is, the first night, we'll probably be there the first night. I don't think we're going to film it. I'll probably have to talk to Melissa to let me film it. She likes to go to the Candlelight Processional. It's just her and I, no distractions, no stress, just to enjoy it and enjoy the telling of the greatest story ever told by a celebrity narrator with all the beautiful music. And we usually just like to take that in as a private thing for her and I. It's just kind of one of our things we do. But if I can talk her into it, maybe we'll stream one of them. Met Henry Winkler once. Very nice guy. Nice! Very good, Jeff. Good for you. I would love to do the Candlelight Processional. I would do it in a heartbeat. Are you kidding? I would definitely do it. Oh, my God. Henry Winkler, the Fonz, we watched Happy Days growing up religiously. It was always Happy Days followed by Laverne and Shirley. I don't remember what day of the week it was. I don't remember if it was Tuesday nights or Wednesday nights or what night of the week it was on, but it was always Happy Days followed by Laverne and Shirley. Every single night. And I think it was Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley, and then Barney Miller, maybe, or Taxi. I can't remember. But those are the good old days, man. Simpler times, for sure. We're coming in on the 6th. Hopefully we catch one of them. Yes, Shane. Make time for it. You would love it. You would love it. Yeah, Kimberly, I love it too. There's where the money is going to pay for the funds. Steve, you might be right. There's probably some validity to that. That's why they shut down Coral Reef, because they need to. Oh, good Lord. Oh, yeah. Welcome back, Cotter. I remember that show. Gabe Kapler? No, Gabe Kaplan. Gabe Kapler. That's the baseball player. Gabe Kaplan. John Travolta was in that. Yeah, those are the days. Anyway. I got to attend an audience of Happy Days. Really, Mark? Are you kidding me? Are you lying? Or are you telling the truth? I don't know with you, Mark. Anyway, all right. That's pretty cool, though, if you did, dude. Good for you. That would be, wow, that would be really cool. To be able to see. The only thing I ever did live was, and Joe, you're in the chat. Joe Chamberlain's in the chat. Myself and Chris Slemmer, Molly and Barclay's Life, who's in the chat all the time, real good friend of mine, went to a live taping of David Letterman. We were part of the live studio audience for David Letterman. Incredible experience. I'll never forget it for the rest of my life. Jennifer Garner money went to the Fonz. That's fine with me. I'd rather. Jennifer Garner's great. Don't get me wrong. I like her. But the Fonz is he's a child icon to us. You know, it's nostalgic more than anything else. And you just never know, because, you know, Henry Winkler's, if he's not 80, he's pushing 80. You know, he's not going to be around forever. How about that, Steve? That's cool. Hey, what's up, Rob? Rob Fuzz, welcome in. Yeah, gang, we got real close today. We almost hit 27,000 subscribers. We were literally 8 away from 27,000 subscribers. Absolutely amazing. Just can't believe it. It's been such a journey so far, and we're just hopefully just getting started. If, you know, God willing, health-wise, and, you know, the rest of it, we're able to keep doing this. We're going to keep doing it. Yeah, I figured he was 80. Henry Winkler's going to be 80 if he's not already. That's just nuts. Nice, Steve. Yeah, we did Letterman one time. I'll give you a quick story on that. So, to be part of the live studio audience, you would have to send in a request to be a part of it. So I did that. I sent in the request to be a part of it. I was at work. Okay. And Joe, you'll laugh. You know how we used to have the cubicles, Joe? Well, Chris sat right next to me in one of the cubicles. While we were at work, I got a phone call on my cell. Because it was during the time of cells. And it was them. It was the David Letterman show calling me about being part of the audience. But to get the tickets, I had to answer a question about the show. And I can't remember what the question was, but Chris was right next to me, and he was a big Letterman fan. And the lady told me the question, so I went like this. I said, so your question is na 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 na. I wanted him to hear the question, but I made it sound like I didn't understand her. And she said, yeah, that's the question. And then he gave me the answer, and I told her the answer, and she said, yeah, you won the tickets. And then as a thank you to him for winning the ticket, I said, you're going with me because you gave me the answer. And he went with me. CC Bus, welcome in. So, yeah, they used to do that, Rob. That was the way it used to be. But yeah, I didn't know the answer to the question. I guess it was the guy that was downstairs that ran the soup place or the deli that he always went into. You had to know the name of the deli. And I think that's what she asked me. And I said, yeah, the name of the deli downstairs. And then he said it. And I said, yeah, that's such and such. And she goes, yep, that's it. You win the tickets. And I was like, and because of it, I said, Chris, since you're the one that gave me the answer, you're coming with me. And he was stoked. We had a good time. And it was an episode, you guys, you'll chuckle at this now. But back then, the live studio audience, the special guest that night was Bill Cosby, of all people. And Snooki from Jersey Shore she did the top 10, and the black keys, the black-eyed keys, or the black-eyed pearls, I think it was called the black-eyed keys, or the Black Keys. You ever heard of a group like that? They were the musical group that night. But yeah, it was Bill Cosby. It was the weirdest thing because, everybody, we all know where he is now, Bill Cosby. But back then he was still, America's dad. And he killed it that night. He was so funny. If you watch that episode with Bill Cosby on there, you'll hear Chris laughing in the studio audience. And you see us when they pan over the studio audience, you see us waving. It was pretty neat. What's up, Al? Welcome in. Black Eyed Peas. I think no, it wasn't. It was the Keys. It was something Keys. Oh man, I wish I remember the name. The Black Keys or something. It wasn't the Black Eyed Peas. I don't think it was. We did, Rob. We took a bus. It was a day trip. We took an early bus. We took like a Trailways bus. We went to the bus station. We did a commercial bus. Bought the tickets. Took the bus up. Spent the day up there, went to the show, went to the taping, walked around New York for a little bit, and then took the bus back. We did it all in a day. We were younger then. It was a long day. Melissa was fine with it. She's like, yeah, go, have fun. And the Black Keys. The Black Keys, that was it. Thank you, guys. Kimberly, Michael, it was the Black Keys. No, it wasn't the Black Eyed Crows. It was the Black Keys. That's it. Yeah, they were good, too. I had never heard of them. I don't even know if they're still around. I couldn't begin to tell you. And the theater inside is small. You watch it on TV and it looks like he's in this giant theater. It's really not. It's not big at all. It's very small. You're very close to the stage. But it was a neat experience. I saw The Facts of Life, Webster, Family Ties, Different Strokes, and Silver Spoons. Wow, Mark, that's crazy. That's awesome. All right, gang. Look, we're coming up on 1 hour. I appreciate everybody being here. Mods, always as usual, great job. Appreciate you very much. Members, thank you for your extra generosity and loyalty. Thank you to everybody who's subscribed, who's part of the channel. You're all great. Michael says, yes, they're still around. Rock and roll. There you go. Yep. But anyway, guys, look for Tuesday night. I think Tuesday night, I really am leaning towards going back to the Wilderness Lodge, which we were supposed to do Saturday, and doing the Christmas stream so we can see all the decorations. Because I'm sure it's up by now. So look for that. It's going to be great. I hope you all have a good night. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. This has been a lot of fun. You're all amazing. We will see you all this week as we're getting closer and closer to the holidays. I've got my 25 days of Christmas videos all done, all scheduled. Every day from December 1st to December 25th, 6 p.m. They'll launch. It's my top 25 favorite Christmas movies and specials. One each day all the way up to number 1. It's going to be great. We have holiday live streams coming from the parks and from the different resorts. We got a lot of holiday stuff coming, gang. All right, gang, be sure to check out our Mouse Talk 2025 meetup. The video's out there. February meetup's coming. I can't wait. Joe Chamberlain's in the chat. He's going to be there. And see you guys all soon. Take care of yourselves and each other, gang. Have a good night and a good week. Bye.